Hi everyone, welcome to the class. I'm Wangli Gising. In this video, we'll solve 10 carefully selected multiple choice questions from CBSE Class 10 Maths, helpful for both basic and standard math students. These MCQs are important, concept based, and exam oriented, designed to sharpen your understanding and boost your confidence. So grab a pen and paper, think along with me, and let's do it. Okay, the first question is here. It says if one zero of the quadratic polynomial 2x square minus 8x minus m is 5 by 2, then the other zero is one of these, right? So how do we get the answer? Let's start. Uh, for MCQs, the only the correct answer matters. They don't go for working. So I suggest you not to uh, do the working in a formal manner because that will only consume your time. So for your understanding, I will be showing the working quite in a formal way, but during exam, you try to go in the straightforward way just to derive the answer. So here what I'm going to do is, this is the polynomial. So I'll name this polynomial as Px. It says that one of the zero of this one of the zeros of this quadratic polynomial is 5 by 2. That means if I put the value of x as 5 by 2, then the polynomial will become 0. So let's solve this. So p of 5 by 2 means wherever there is x, we will substitute its value by 5 by 2. So you can see an equation is being formed in one variable, that is m. So we solve this and get the value of m. So this is so 25 by 2 is 12.5 minus 20 minus m. So 12.5 minus 20 is how much? It's 7.5. I'm writing it here because I don't have a space. 7.5, you send m to the other side, equals to m, or you may write 15 by 2 is your m. So it's minus 15 by 2. Because when you subtract this, the answer is negative 7.5, which is equals to m. So since the options are given in rational numbers, so I converted this decimal to rational. So ultimately the answer is minus 15 by 2. So I hope you understood. We'll move on to another question. This is question number 2. It says if two circles of radii 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter are concentric, then the length of the chord of the circle which touches the inner circle is one of these. So concentric circles mean um, circles of different sizes, but they share the same center. Okay, and they do not overlap each other. So here the problem is this. We have two concentric circles of radii 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. And the length of the chord of the, okay, this is they are talking about to find AB. This is the common center, let's say O. So how do we find the length of AB is, you draw a line OA and let's say this is the point N. This line is perpendicular. It's a theorem that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, right? And they have said the radius of the bigger circle is 5 centimeter and the radius of the circle, smaller circle is 4 centimeter, sorry, 3 centimeter. So you'll have to find the length of the chord. So triangle OAM, let's say OAM is a right triangle, right? So you can use Pythagoras theorem here. Let's say this is base, hypotenuse and perpendicular. So hypotenuse squared equals to base squared plus perpendicular square. So if you use the formula, I'm directly writing that your base should come 4 centimeter. Because 5, 3 and 4 make a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, you may put the values and calculate and it's going to come 4. And it's a shortcut for you also. You see one is 5, another is 3, the third one must be 4. So many students will mark it, okay, 4 centimeter, but that's wrong. This length is 4. The entire chord is 4 plus 4, that is 8 centimeter. This is the correct answer. So let's move on to another question. All right, here comes our question number 3. So let's solve this question. So it's a question from trigonometry. So we'll have to find x from this equation. This equation is called, by the way, a trigonometric equation. And they are saying that x's value lies between 0 degree to 90 degree, including 0 and 90 also. So let's find the value of x. So this is given. So we can write like this. Okay. Now root 3 by 2 is sine 60 degree. We can write like this. So next what happens is sine and sine, you you don't cancel them, but you know it gets removed. Okay. Next we can write 5x equals to 60, or as you can see x equals to 60 divided by 5, which is 12. So x is 12 degree. So I hope you understood the question, you understood the solution, and we'll move on to the next question. That's question number 4. All right, this is our fourth question. The ratio of the total surface area to the lateral surface area of a cylinder with base radius 80 centimeter and height 20 centimeter is, we'll have to find the ratio. Okay, now ratio of the total surface area to the lateral surface area. So lateral surface area is also called the curved surface area. Okay, so total surface area formula is is to and curved surface area formula is 2 pi r h, right? So a is to b can be written as, from here I'm going to take 2 pi common, 2 pi r h plus r. This can go in the denominator h. So this gets cancelled. We have h plus r on h. What is h? The height of the cylinder is 20. 20 plus radius is 80. It's 100 centimeter. And this is 20 centimeter. So centimeter. 5. Or total surface area is to lateral surface area or curved surface area is, this is 5 upon 1, so it can be written as 5 is to 1. So this is our answer. So I guess you understood how it's done. You just need to know the formula and write it in this manner, so you'll get the answer. Let's move on to question number 5 now. So here is our question number 5. It says, for what value of k will k plus 9, 2k minus 1 and 2k plus 7 be the consecutive terms of an AP? So the options are here. Did you understand the question? It says like let's, for example, okay, let 3 numbers be a sequence in AP, and if they are in AP, then the difference is the same, means constant. The difference is common. Let's say, for example, this is also in AP, 2, 4, 6. The difference is 2 between each numbers. So similarly, these 3 numbers, k plus 9 is one number, 2k minus 1 is another number, and the third number is 2k plus 1. These 3 numbers are AP, means the difference between them will be same. So how do you find this? If you subtract this from this, and the second term from the third term, you see an equation. This equation is nothing but the common difference that you get. If you subtract these two and these two, the common difference is same. That's what we are doing. So this is the bigger number. We are considering this to be the bigger number. So I keep bigger or smaller. When they are in a sequence, we keep this in front and you subtract this from this, and you subtract the second term from the third term. So common difference will be same. Now let's simplify this equation. So here we have k. The value of k is 18. So this is how we solve the uh, question. So let's do the next one. That's question number 6. So again we have one more trigonometry question from trigonometry. So you can see it. Uh, if we solve this, then it's equal to one of the options. So this is a very interesting question because solving this equation requires uh, the input of 2 3 identities we know. So let's start. So 1 plus tan square a can be written as sec square a, because sec square a minus tan square a equals to 1. So if you send the tan square a to the other side, then this equals to sec square a. What about this? This is a plus b into a minus b. So it is a square minus b square. Well, 1 square is 1. So sec square a, 1 minus tan square a is cos square a. Sec square a is the inverse of cos square a. So the answer is 1. A brief idea about cos sec and cos sec, cosec, sine, cot, tan is that maybe you already know, but let me remind you that the fundamental trigonometric ratios are sine, cos, and tan also, some people say. Okay, these are the first ones which came. Okay, and derived trigonometric are cosec, sec, and cot. These are called derived, while these are called fundamental. Now the relation between them is that sine is the inverse of cosec, or vice versa. Okay, cosec is 1 upon sine, while cos is the inverse of sec. Or you may say sec is derived from cos in this manner, that sec is the inverse of cos. While tan, we all know tan is sine upon cos, also equal to, also the inverse of cot. Well, cot is the inverse of tan, or cos by sine, right? So the way to remember is sine, cos and tan are the standard, while cosec, sec and cot are derived. Now for sine, the inverse is cosec. Just remember the initials. Okay, s, for s remember c, but not cos, it's cosec. For c, for s, and for cos it's c, it's sec. C for s, not sine. Okay, so similarly you can remember and use during the exam. It will be easier for you to remember if you do it by the way I am telling. For S it is C, for C it is S, and vice versa. But for sine it's not cos, it's cosec. For cos it is sec. So let's move on to another question. Now in this question, it says the area in centimeter square of a sector of a circle of radius 21 centimeter cut out by an arc of length 22 centimeter is one of these. That's fine. So by the way, it's very helpful to draw a picture even in a rough scale during exams, because it helps us visualize our problem and the solution as well. Especially if it's a geometry question, I always suggest you to draw a picture. uh, and let's do this. It says the radius is 21 centimeter. Okay, this is 21. Obviously this one is also 21, and the length of the arc is 22 centimeter. So this is the sector they are talking about. So we'll have to find the area of the sector. So area is given by, if we know the radius and the length of the arc, the area is given by half into RL. So easy. It's like a triangle. Half into base into height, something like that. So R is 21 and length to 11 ja. So if you multiply, the answer is 231. You may check, it's centimeter square. So this is our answer. So you have one more formula to find the area of a sector. In that case, we must know the angle. So that formula is that area equals to whatever the angle it makes, theta upon 360 into pi r square. So you put the value of r, and you know theta, you solve it, you get the area. But in this case, the length of the arc and the radius was given, so this is the formula for finding the answer. Okay, now we will move on to question number 8. I hope you're enjoying, and let's go. All right, this is our question number 7. Question number 8, the discriminant of the quadratic equation, this is how much? So formula for finding the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. What is b? B is this 10, 4. How much is a? This is our a. And c, this is c. 10 square is 100 minus 4 3s are 12. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So this is 100 minus 36, which is 64. As simple as this. All right, let's move on to another question. Okay, question number 9 goes like this. If the mean of the following distribution is 2.6, then the value of y is, which one is the value of y? So the table is given here, variable x and frequency. So this is the frequency which we'll have to find. So what are the ways of finding mean? In the syllabus we have direct method and assume mean method. So they have already given mean, given the value of mean. So what we'll do is we'll try to find the value of, we'll try to find the mean by direct method. So which would be very simple. So for direct method, we'll have to draw one more table, that is XI, FI. So if the table is not there, you need to draw a table because there is a marks for the table also. But while this is a MCQ question, you'll have to do it in the rough. Okay, so let's multiply. Let's fill this table. Right? In XIFI, what do? We multiply the variable with the frequency and add them. We'll have to add the frequency also. So if we add them, 4 plus 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12 plus y. This is total is 12 plus y. 3, 7. If we add this, it's going to be 10, 10, 20, 28, 28 plus 3y. So mean is summation we already know the mean, it is 2.6, and summation fi xi means the total of this is 28 plus 3y. Summation fi is 12 plus y plus y. Alright, now we'll find y. We can write 26 as 2.6 is 26 upon 10. If you multiply this by 10, it's going to be 280 plus 30y. So 26 into 12 is 260 plus 52. 2, 3. 312 plus 26y. Alright, I'm erasing the table since I don't have a space. So this is going to be 280 minus 312 minus 280 is 20, 32, and if I subtract this, it's 4. So it is 8. Y is equal to 8. So it's a simple question, but it needs but time taking. You'll have to draw that table, add them, and put it in the formula and solve like this. All right. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, in this question you just see a diagram, because I did not write the question since the diagram itself represents the question. Okay, so here you'll have to find A and B, and the options are given here. So P is a point away from the center, and PQ and PR are tangents to the circle. Okay, so there are some theorem, very simple one, that the tangent and the radius, this is a radius, right? Tangent and the radius, this makes 90 degree. It's 90. So 35 plus 90 is how much? It's 125. So sum of the angles in a triangle is 180, right? It's 180 This much is 125. So how much is B? So B is our, it's 55. This is 55. While A, one thing you remember that PO, the line PO, always bisects this angle. So these two must be equal. So A is also 35 degree. Hence A is 35 and B is 55. Let's look at the options. So this is the correct answer. I guess you understood. I hope you understood. So here we end. I hope you enjoyed the class and thank you for staying with me till the end. Hope to see you in the next class with another set of similar kind of questions. And till then, study hard and keep practicing.